Siamo qui al Video Sound Art Festival con John Grant.
A memory, if you can have fun with some other one.
Why are you here at the first edition of a motion graphic festival in a small town in Italy?
I guess because I was asked to come. And I really have been enjoying my shows in Italy, so I wanted to come back as soon as possible. And so it's just great to be back, and I'm looking forward to it tonight. And it's really interesting too. I didn't really know that much about it. You know, I just know that I have a show, and that I'm going to Italy, and that I'm going to eat some good food and meet some great people. So
You love Italy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
Okay, because I was thinking about the motion graphics. So I would like to know if you're interested to use some motion graphic videos for one of your shows behind you in the meanwhile you're singing.
Yeah. I would love to do that. I definitely, when I make some more money, I definitely want to have that be a part of my show. That's something that's really important to me. So, you know, I have all sorts of ideas going around in my head right now, things that I'd like to do. But I see so many amazing things done. And have you heard of video mapping? I'd really love to do some video mapping. I think that would be crazy. But it's so expensive, you know, it's such a big deal. So you have to really have the budget for it. And I haven't really had that yet. So, but I'm looking forward to the time when I can do that. I think it's going to make, you know, take the whole show to the next level, you know.
You keep on pushing and you'll get your answer, but it won't be the one you want it to be. I think it's funny how we don't get storms around here anymore, and the rain tastes like nothing. I want you to remember me, things I never did. 'Cause no one in this world deserves to see my happiness.
Second, I'd like to know more about Queen of Denmark. Because at the end of the song, Queen of Denmark, you sing, I hope to remember right, and you'll be the next Queen of Denmark or something like this.
Maybe you'll be the next. Yeah, maybe you'll be the next Queen of Denmark.
Who could be the next Queen of Denmark?
Well, you know, that line is, it was something that was meant to mean that you don't know exactly what you're going to become. So you're looking at your future, and some things have changed, some important things have changed in your life. And so you're looking forward to the future, and you have no idea what you're going to be, you know. If you're going to be a waiter or a musician or a lawyer or a doctor or a priest or whatever. And so it was just sort of to signify that you don't know what you're going to be. You could be anything you want to be, you know. As long as you keep showing up, you know. And so Queen of Denmark was just something that I chose at random to represent that. Yeah.
Okay. Another question. Tell me something about your relationship with the social networks.
You mean like Facebook and stuff like that? Well, I started off using Facebook, and I never used MySpace. It just didn't click with me. But I started using Facebook after avoiding it for a long time. And then I quit for 6 months because I didn't like, I'd had a relationship breakup, and I didn't want to have that temptation of always going to their page and seeing what they're doing and seeing if they're seeing somebody new or if they have a new boyfriend or something like that, you know. So I got off Facebook for 6 months because I didn't want to deal with any of that. And but then when my album came out, it's just such a great way for me to express my personality, because I put up my pictures, I put up my favorite music, I put up my favorite movies, all of that, and I love to know, you know, what other people are listening to as well, you know. And I love, you know, to connect with my fans as well and hear how the music makes them feel. And I always try and answer everybody, you know. So I probably spend too much time on it, you know, like a lot of people. And I try to, I'm trying more to, I just spent a week in Edinburgh, in Scotland, and I didn't have internet in the house where I was staying. So I freaked out a little bit because I was like, oh, how am I going to survive, you know, without the internet? But it was really good for me, you know, because I got outside more and just enjoyed walking around. And creatively, it's, if I'm going to be writing music, because I was writing music up there as well for the next album, and it's just really good for me not to have the internet so that I can concentrate on being creative, you know. But I have to say, in spite of myself, in spite of the fact that I think it's a nightmare, you know, Facebook and all those social sites, I think they're really incredible at the same time. So it's just sort of a, you know, difficult relationship, love-hate relationship. Yeah.
I know what it's supposed to be like to be young, but it is not the way I thought it would be. My paranoia functioned like a broken mirror to distort and destroy any clarity. And what's more, I want you to give back to me a child I never was. 'Cause I believed what I was told, like everybody does.
One last question. I've read something about Elton John and something that some interviews where some journalists talked about, oh, John Grant seems like Elton John, reminds me Elton John, Queen of Denmark reminds me Elton John.
Yeah.
What do you think about?
Well, for me, that's mostly a huge compliment, because I grew up listening to that type of music. And his album, Yellow Brick Road, was a huge album for me growing up. Funeral for a Friend, Candle in the Wind, Benny and the Jets, Yellow Brick Road, I think is one of the greatest songs ever. And I think you can hear that in my music. So for me, it's a huge compliment. You know, I don't relate as much to what he does now, but those albums in the 70s, I think that's always a part of my personality, just because, you know, I was young and things were uncomplicated, and it was, you know, he had such an amazing voice and such an amazing songwriter in Bernie Taupin, and I just, I can't get those melodies out of my head, you know. I mean, I'm a big Carpenters fan, ABBA, Elton John, Supertramp, all of that stuff. So I think it's a great compliment.